This is unforgettable moment. This is unforgettable season. Experience for everyone in the whole world.
In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic threw South Africa and the world into turmoil.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
A record number of new COVID cases.
And a lot of doctors are warning that we're going to start to see the deaths increasing.
To date, over 1.7 million people have died and 77 million people have been affected globally. Strict lockdown measures were implemented in many countries to try curb the spread of the virus. South Africa's lockdown brought many pre-virus issues to the fore. Hospitals were soon battling with surging infection rates.
What happened to her?
The government then banned the sale of tobacco and alcohol in an attempt to lessen hospital admissions. This pushed many South Africans suffering financial pressures into buying smokes and booze illegally.
I've been forced now to go out and enforce solutions. Obviously, cigarettes.
An increased police and military presence led to various accusations of excessive use of force. Alex resident Collins Khoza was one of several people who died, allegedly at the hands of SANDF and police members. The alleged police killing of 16-year-old Nathaniel Julies, who had Down syndrome, led to violent protests in the Eldorado Park community.
What is your job? What is your purpose? To help us to survive, not to destroy us openly.
The brutal murder of Tegofatso Pule served as a stark reminder of the country's GBV problem. The closing of borders left many destitute and unable to return home. At the country's closed border with Zimbabwe, food is smuggled across illegally for cash or banned items like alcohol or cigarettes.
The situation in Zimbabwe is very bad. It's really bad because these people, they're even buying sugar over here. They even buy meal, chicken, you see, for their kids to survive.
Just keep close.
Oh, watch out. Yeah, there's another bomb.
Cash in transit crimes escalate as a 29% increase is recorded in attacks on CIT trucks in 2020 compared with 2019.
We're fighting a fight alone because you see the guys, they're coming with firearms and you know you must take a life or they take your life.
But that was Brendan's blood over there. They pulled him from there. He was strangled over here with a nylon rope about as thick as this little finger, a black nylon rope.
The murder of young farmer Brendan Horner led to a fiery farmers' protest in Senekal. The local magistrate's court was stormed as racial tensions simmered. But anguish, disaster, and turmoil were widespread across the globe. At least 200 people died and thousands suffered loss as a large store of ammonium nitrate exploded, ripping through the Lebanese port city. The US was gripped by violent unrest and mass protests against police brutality, specifically against people of color. Incumbent President Donald Trump was toppled in the US elections by former Vice President Joe Biden.
Well, does that mean we take a president and we've just elected a president Where the votes were fraudulent? No, it means you have to turn over the election.
At least 25 people died, 2,000 homes were destroyed, and over 3 billion animals were reportedly affected by the fires. Many in Mozambique still face diminishing aid and dwindling resources a year after Cyclone Idai killed at least 1,200 people and left hundreds of thousands displaced, as it ripped through parts of Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe. 2020 marked a year of sorrow, anger and despair.
I believe has affected every individual in the whole world. I don't think it will ever be forgotten. I think this is the history.